G'day YouTube. So getting some work done on Jupiter today, and I've had to rent a nice car, and there's a few things that have annoyed me about it, the whole experience. So let's swap camera. So first things first, some engine has to be running to have the air conditioning on, and it's making noise, which is obviously affecting the recording. But I need to show this that the time says it's 2:15 when in fact it's closer to 4 o'clock. So obviously there is no time integration. The lane departure warning doesn't reduce the sound on the audio, so if you're listening to any kind of music, you can't hear it. I've turned the I've turned the AC off, and it's still obviously the car's making noise and things. What else going on? Look at all the buttons and switches and things. My God. And probably the final thing is these seats are uncomfortable as hell. I've been in here for 30 minutes and my back is already starting to get sore. And I've really missed having autopilot. And I filled it up with fuel today, and that was $30, which has been super expensive. That's probably about as much as I spend in 2 or 3 months on Jupiter. The one thing that I missed having was I miss having the little indicator lights on the mirrors. That's probably the only thing I would want back from this car. I even got out of it before and left it running, which is fun, because I didn't press the stop button. But a couple of things I forgot to mention. First off, autopilot compared to the other car. The other car cruise control didn't even work below 40 kilometers an hour, which means when I was going through a speed zone, like a school zone, I couldn't turn it on, which means I had to watch for kids as well as other cars, as well as the lines, as well as everything else. So just having that difference is massive. And having the time wrong meant that obviously it couldn't have done that itself for the school times. And I can't believe I forgot it, but regen braking. The other car didn't have any regen braking. And like going down a hill on cruise control and it sped and went past the speed limit, big deal. Having to brake and couldn't just use cruise control to slow the car down, whereas you do that in autopilot all the time. And another thing happened was I missed a speed sign in the other car. It was 100 zone down to 60 zone, and I caught it at the very last second. Whereas if I had have missed it, that would have been a loss of license and a car impound. Whereas in the Tesla, it would have come up on the screen. Autopilot would have slowed me all the way down again, because that's what I've got it set to. So I'm sitting at my work desk now, and I had another 2 things that I forgot to add to my list, which was while I was driving, if I had have been in some sort of accident, there wouldn't have been any dash cam or sentry mode from the car. Now, as a rental car, that should have been, I'm surprised that they don't put dash cams in rental cars. And just now, while I was sitting here, I got a notification that I'd accidentally left the passenger window open from the Tesla. And so I was just able on my phone to press the button to close the window. And even though it was a 2020 car, there was no way that could do that either. So now we know.